Well, hey, everybody. It is February the 2nd. Nope, it's February 3rd, 2019, Super Bowl Sunday. So my husband, a couple friends are in there watching the Super Bowl, and I'm more concerned about the Boss Babe call. We just got off a great weekend, our Jumpstart 2019, and it's our first annual Jumpstart in Valdosta. Now, we've always had Jumpstart in different areas, but we just started this year doing it in Valdosta. And I would say it was a great turnout for our first one here in this city. We had 157 people register, 31 directors, a national, Susan Johnson. We had from the company came down. We had Don Alton Sweeney from Michigan that flew down. Many people from Atlanta, Tampa, all these different areas came and joined together to just make it a terrific Jumpstart. And so I'm so grateful to everyone who did come and just the time and effort they put into it. And, you know, as a leader, you have a vision of what you want an event to look like. Well, I do anyway. And I'm like, okay, like I had a vision of how I wanted the displays to look, how I wanted the front to look, and just everything. And one of the things I really wanted was a stage. In the hotel we rented from, they don't have a stage. And I mean, it's last minute. I'm like, I have to have a stage. I have to have it. So last minute, I went and just spent the money, $510 to get a stage. And it was then I'm like, okay, now. So a lot of times you have a vision for your business and what you think it's going to look like. And here's the thing that I was thinking about is that when you have a vision of what your business looks like, and then you compromise and you don't do the things you need to do to make that vision come true, you're not going to be satisfied and you're going to be frustrated. And then at night, you'll start thinking about it. And it's just because you know in your heart what you wanted it to look like. And so just like my event, I could have had the event, say $500, and just put a podium in the front and let the speakers run around, but that is not the vision I had for that Jumpstart. I wanted it to be a beautiful black stage. I wanted to have a podium. I wanted to have a head table with my special guest at the top. And so I knew I was not going to think it was a good Jumpstart, just that little thing. So I want you to think about the vision of your business. Think about what you really want it to look like, how you see yourself. If you see yourself driving in a free car and you're settling to not have a free car because whatever reason, then you're not going to be satisfied with that business. If you're a sales director and you see yourself driving a pink Cadillac and you're in a different car, then you're not going to be satisfied until you get that car. And it's not about like anything but what the excellence of your business when you're driving something different, not necessarily about the color of the car or what kind of car it is. It's that level of excellence of a pink Cadillac unit. And so whatever God's called you to, whatever your vision looks like for your business, I want to tell you that sometimes you just have to go make it happen. And that's what I decided to do on some things. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get the stage. I'm going to get this banner. I'm going to make it look like I want it to look. And then at the end, I won't sit there and go, well, I just wish if I'd have just had that stage, it'd have been better. And so with my business, I know that the vision I have for my business is a larger unit. I know that I need 300 unit members. And I could sit here and think that I'm going to reach my goals with a small unit or small for what I'm going for, which is, about, it's not half, but it's like, we have about 185 unit members right now. We normally have about 220. This is like non-terminated. And I know I need to grow my unit by 120 people between now and seminar. And I know there's only one way. And that is for me to personally hold skincare classes and parties and find new team members, and to encourage my unit members to hold skincare classes and parties and find unit members. That's it. That's the simplest thing that I can tell you about our business. And one of the things Dawn Alton Sweeney said, she said, are you willing to cast your nets over to the other side of the boat one more time? Just one more time. Cast that net in. Do it one more time to get some results instead of give up on your dreams and your goals that you have. And she was talking about her dreams and goals, which was Inner Circle National. And she said, she was going through her daily devotional and her journaling. And she said, the verse in the Bible where Jesus told the disciples to just cast your nets over one more time on the other side of the boat. And they're like, Lord, we've been fishing all night. People don't usually catch fish during the middle of the day, and he's like, are you going to do it or not? So they did it. And of course they got so much fish that it started to sink the boat. That's a lot of fish, right? And so she said, are you willing? Are you willing to do that for your business? And I talked to her afterwards. I said, that really impacted me. And I said, I need, no matter where you are in your business, you're not too big for your britches to hold a skincare party. I'm not, and you shouldn't be either, because that's what this business is about, sharing the products and sharing the opportunity. And so I want you to hear from some of the ladies that came to our Jumpstart. There's several of them on here, and they're only going to share really like 2 to 3 minutes, not a whole page of notes, just 2 to 3 minutes of something that they learned, something that inspired them, some shift that happened to them, and why. And we just would like for you guys to hear a little bit of what we experienced, those of you that are not local to us, which is a lot of you, so that maybe you can catch our fire too. Because I know a lot of you have been to your Jumpstarts, and I really usually like to have these in January, but with the timing of our 30th anniversary that we had on Friday night, which was so special to me. My mother was there, my sister, who was my second recruit, which we call her my first because the first one came in and out so fast. So we call it my first recruit. And my recruiter, Sandra Bose from Arkansas, flew in, and then all special friends, and of course my beautiful unit members in our area. We had about 40 of the Cheetah Nation there, and it was really a special night and had a great, great time, and added some new team members as well. So anyway, we're going to start out. I'm going to unmute Sayla first and let her share for a few minutes, and then we're going to go down the list, and I will just call y'all and unmute you as we do it. Okay, so I'm going to start out, and Sayla's dialed in, so you'll get to just see her phone number instead of her beautiful face. So Sayla, you are unmuted, sister. Sayla? Wait a minute, did I unmute the wrong person? No. Sayla?
Okay, it just unmuted me.
There you go. Okay, good.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. I just want to say, Cleta, it was a fabulous, fabulous Jumpstart. You did a phenomenal job, and all the lives that were impacted, wow. It was awesome. But for me and my shift, I sat there. I had 3 team members there, and I just thought about how it is about not me, but we, the team. And that it was amazing to see all the women there and to hear the stories and all the, all of the different obstacles that people have overcome. And what I know for sure leaving that Jumpstart is if we will believe and not give up. Like, I thought it was so powerful when they said Dawn was going for national, and she had several directors and dropped down to 1. But she did not give up. She stayed the course, and she has been a national now for years. So that was really my takeaway, was just to believe, to make it about the team, and to not give up and get it done.
Yes. And, I will say that Sayla and Janet and Laree and Joyce and Linda Rousey all did a adorable whiny bee skit where they dressed up like bumblebees. And the first set of them got up there and whined about everything's not happening in their business. And then the queen bee, Linda Rousey, came in and told them how they could fix that. Anyway, it was adorable. And I would just say, Sayla was like my right-hand woman for Jumpstart, and just helped me so much with so many things. So thank you, Sayla. Thank you for sharing. And we're going to just move right along to Miss, and I'll go ahead and just mute you out, Sayla. We're going to move on to Miss Maud Johnson. Let's see. Whoop, hang on. Okay, Maud. There you go. Let's see, Maud.
Can you hear me?
I can. Okay, good. I got you.
Great. Cleta, I would just like to say congratulations you pulled off two outstanding events this weekend, and each of those events was just amazing. Just amazing. The celebration of your 30th anniversary is Mary Kay, and then Jumpstart. There was so much information packed into that one evening that we did at Jumpstart for many days, and it was just wonderful, very encouraging, very uplifting, and one of my takeaways, you know, one of my things that I took to Mary Kay was that I was doing this business to enrich women's lives. And the word enrich means to make finer in quality and to improve and to make more valuable. And this is what I was assuming that I was working towards with enriching women's lives. And as I sat there thinking about that Saturday, the thing that came to my mind is, Maud, are you enriching your own life? Is your life being enriched, or are you just living it? And I did come to the conclusion that that's what I have been doing. I have been living my life, but not really enriching it. So that whole statement of enriching women's lives was just different for me. And more things were in my heart and mind that I am not able to verbalize at this point. It's changing things for me. And the other was take care of your business. Take care of your business. And those were the two things that just really impacted me. And I trust to move forward on those things. Thank you so much for the week.
Well, thank you so much. And, you know, I've never really thought about it that way, that, you know, we do, like Mary Kay, to enrich women's lives, but it's our own lives being enriched. I love that. That is so great. And I just, I welcome you back. And really, we've talked about things like this, but events changes people from the inside out, and you can't explain it. You know, once you go, something happens and you're like, you have a thought that you're like, I never thought about it that way, you know? And so that is really great. And I just love you so much. I've told you that many, many times, and I'm so thankful that you came. And anyway, it warms my heart, girl. So thank you for sharing. And I'm looking forward to seeing you a lot more. All right. Thank you, Maud. Okay. All right. I'm going to go. Ann Peoples, I've got you unmuted if you want to share for a minute or two.
The week it was awesome. I learned a lot, and the thing I took away that my for me, what it was that I wasn't sure how to get to it, and I learned a lot about how to do that. Prayer would give him control, and then, like Dawn said, question that to the other side and don't give up. So that was my main way from it.
I love that, because there's always going to be times that you feel like giving up, like especially if you have a goal and you've been working on it, and then you know you get close and then you go backwards, and then you know. But someone told me that if you have something on your heart and you can't let it go, you can't, like, you in your mind you're like, you know what, it's just too hard, I'm not doing it, I'm just going to put it to the side. But God won't let you. Like, I've heard beauty consultants tell me before that they thought, you know what, I just can't do it. It's too hard. I got all these people against me. And then they get an order for something. And they're like, well, maybe I should keep doing it. And then they get down again, and then something would happen, and somebody call them and want to book an appointment. So I think when you like, in your heart, if it's something that you're not supposed to let go of, and there's struggles and trials. And, honestly, I feel the same way about like me becoming a national sales director. I mean, I've been talking about it a long time, years and years and years. And I have gotten close, and then, I go back down. And so, but I can't, my heart won't let me say, I'm not going for it anymore. I just can't say it. So, like in some ways I think I can't verbalize that yet. I am still going to do it, and so, but it does take a little courage to keep going when you haven't gotten there yet, and you feel like you've been setting a goal for a long time. So I appreciate you saying that, Ann, and it's so true. Mary Kay Ash said, the only way that you can fail in Mary Kay is by quitting. That's the only way. So as long as you're still working towards it, then you're getting closer towards your goals. So thank you, Ann. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you came, and you're a very important part of Selah's Victory Unit. Okay. I'm going to hear from Victoria Carter. Victoria is a brand new consultant. She just started like last week, and she came for the afternoon session. And so, Victoria, I would love to hear from you.
Hey guys, I'm glad that I was able to come last night. I wish I would have been able to come Friday, but I do see that there's a bigger outreach out there than what I really assumed years ago, and I'm glad that I got to meet most of you, and hopefully I'll get to meet a lot more of you. But I'm just glad that I was able to come, and I really enjoyed myself, and hopefully this will show me that I can just continue on. I get frustrated a lot with what I do right now, and hopefully one day I won't have to worry about that. Yeah.
Okay, good. I didn't mean to cut you off. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Really, Victoria, your very first meeting, that's kind of like your very first meeting. I think the thing that got me with my very first meeting in Mary Kay was that there was so many people selling Mary Kay. Did you feel that way? Like I don't know. I think I thought, wow, I thought it was like only going to be like 4 or 5 of us. And so, of course, we're from all over, but the enthusiasm of that many people, you're like, okay, something got to be good about this. So I'm so glad that you were able to come to our very first annual January Jumpstart in Valdosta. So welcome to Mary Kay, girl, and thank you for being on the call tonight.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Nothing like signing somebody up new and making them speak on a conference call, right? That's okay, make you grow. All right, we're going to do Laree Barfield. We're going to let her speak next. Okay.
Hey, everybody. There were so many things that I could really share, but a few points that I thought I wanted to share tonight is it was a quote that somebody else shared from Leah Carter, but she said, I did consistently what others did occasionally. And I think that's going to be pivotal for me and a lot of people going forward. Is it's easy to come to a meeting or a success event or something big, and then we see the possibilities and we see the vision, but we've got to come back and, like Cleta said, you've got to put it to action immediately, but then you've got to figure out how you're going to do it consistently, how I'm going to do it consistently and do the things that I've decided to do. One of the things that I think Dawn said it, but it says don't cast out your cares and then reel them back in. Mm-hmm. A lot of times we cast all our cares upon him, but then we want to take them back. And so and the other thing is when the going gets tough, the big girls go get beat. And so every one of us on this call can win a Diamond Bumblebee at seminar this year by doing 24 qualified recruits. And there's so much to gain from that right now with the cruise and to pass on to these people that we're recruiting if we recruit them, early on in February, because each of them have the opportunity to go on that cruise with us too. So we all need to run and go get a Bumblebee. And then the final thought is they left everything to follow him. And she just asked the question of what is your everything? Mm-hmm. Is it past failures, past disappointments, past unmet expectations, past just a lot of different things. So think on that of what we need to just let go of the past and just really see the vision before us and then do the action consistently to make it happen. So that was kind of my takeaway and what I'm going to put into place from this weekend. And Katie, you did a phenomenal job. I tell you, all the planning, all the prep work, you can tell how good you are and how gifted you are at this. And I will tell you, I'm proud of you for delegating and letting some other people actually do things, because I know that's difficult. And in doing that, you let others flourish, which is a part of building them up too. So I just want to tell you, I saw that in you, because you just can't do it all yourself. And so thank you for letting us help you. And anyway, thank you.
Thank you, girl. Thank you. And I was going to say thank you for all you did, because you were phenomenal and integral part of everything. Loree started our Jumpstart off with just a beautiful prayer, and Janet ended it, and it just set the tone for our whole Jumpstart. And I just, I value your friendship and just really your insight. So thank you. Thank you for your words. And really what you mentioned were three of the things that, like, when Dawn said it, I just did big circles around it, because I felt the same way. I'm like, that was amazing what she just said. So thank you for sharing those things. Okay, we're going to go to Elizabeth Mitchell. Find her on here. There she is. Okay. Let me see. And I keep muting you, but you're not muting her. Okay, Elizabeth, you should be unmuted.
Hey.
Okay.
So there were three things that really stood out to me that Dawn said. The first one was, how you treat your business is how other people are going to treat your business. So if you treat your Mary Kay business as a business, other people will view it and treat it as a business. If you treat it as a hobby, other people will treat it as your hobby and they won't take it seriously. So that really stood out to me. And then she said two other things. You have to change your thoughts. If that's what's hindering you from doing things, if it's your thinking, if it's fear, if it's your doubt, you have to change that. You have to actively take a part in changing your thoughts. And then she said, are you interested or are you committed? And I just took that as, for everything in life, not just my Mary Kay business, but am I interested or am I committed? And that's, if you look at this cruise as a goal, are you interested in it? Or are you committed to it? And that really were the things that stood out to me. And then she said something else that really spoke to me, is that she said, a lot of people will tell women, you're enough. You being you is enough. And I think people try to get to the core of it is that, we're wonderfully made by God and uniquely made by Him, but He is enough. And that really stood out to me, that, it's not us that is enough, it's He that is enough. And those are the things that I really walked with. I felt like I had a change in my thoughts at Jumpstart.
I love that. And I wrote that. That's one of the things she said that I just circled. That was so good, because it is a different way to think it. We think, oh yeah, you're enough, you can do it. But really, you're not enough, but He is. And you go do as much as you can and He will fill in the gap, So thank you for sharing that. And I'm so glad you came, girl. And I knew you would love it. So thank you. And bringing your teammate too. So, okay. Victoria Horthbath, let me unmute you, sister. Okay. And I'll let you share for a minute.
Thank you for putting this on and organizing, doing everything you did to organize, and congratulations on your 30 years. That's a huge accomplishment, and I can't wait to see you become a national.
Thank you.
One thing that stuck out to me was what Allison Carter said, and she said, just get busy, be about it instead of about talking about it. And I realized that so many times I just talk about it and I don't actually do it, and that I need to actually work at doing it. And that really stuck out to me. And I mean, all of the speakers that you had were amazing this weekend, and I can't wait to hear what everybody else has to say.
All right. Well, I'm so glad you came. And, Victoria, I know you personally overcome a lot of obstacles to get to the sales meetings and to get to the events. And so, God is going to bless your business, because when you put effort like that in, sometimes you even don't feel well and you come, I think I know great things are going to come to you, because that's what happens. That's how God works. You put that effort in, and He's going to bless you for it. And I've already seen it. It's been an amazing transformation since the first time I met you till today. And that's only been a few months. Just your confidence and everything that is happening with you and your business. It's pretty cool. So I'm so glad you're one of our cheetah adorables. All right. Well, thank you for sharing. Okay. And let me get everybody mute. This is like playing a game on here. Mute, unmute. Hang on. Let me find you again. Okay, Victoria. Okay. So the next is Rachel Benefield. And let me find you, Rachel, if you're ready. Okay.
I'm ready.
All right.
Hey, how are you? Cleta, thank you so much. I enjoyed it, and I enjoy being part of your door, one of your doors. And I'm just going to share 3 little things real quick. Linda Rousey, I believe is how you pronounce her last name. One thing that she said that resonated with me is you have to get your head and your heart in the same place. That you can't have them fighting against each other to get it done. If they're not in one, it's going to be so much harder to get whatever your goal is, whether it's a car, directorship, the cruise, whatever. If you're not head and heart's not together, you're not going to get it done. And then one thing, Dawn, when we broke away, talking about recruiting, we have to know what kind of recruit we're looking for. And we have to pray about it. And what we pray about is what we're going to bring about. And we have to decide what kind of woman we want to work with and pray about that. And then the Lord will help bring that kind of woman. And another thing that y'all talked about, and one thing that we need to do is recruit women in their 20s. We have a deficit of younger recruits. That was one of the things that I saw, that we don't have that many right now. And then that was Dawn, and I really enjoyed her, and I could say a lot more, but that was one of the things that she said. And there was one more thing. I can't think now, sorry. And then Nicole, I can't remember her last name. She has red hair. Anyway, I can't think of her last name. Nicole something. I can't hear you. I don't know why.
Sorry, I muted my own self.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
we didn't have a director named Nicole.
No. Oh, God.
It don't matter. What'd she say?
Well, anyways, it was, she was talking about closing and opening class.
Piper.
Piper, that's what it was. But she shared something from Nicole Potts, one of her things that she does in her class. But when you're doing your class, say the person's name at least 5 times. Call their name out and get personal with them. And when you're talking to them, don't just say the cleanser is this. Explain why it would help them. Not just, oh, here's the cleanser. Make it personal to them. And then don't say dollars. Say 140 or whatever. But don't put dollars out there. That was her tip. So just wanted to throw that out there. And I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed getting to come to your meetings and being an adorable with the best of both worlds. I'm just going to tell you, thank you so much.
You're welcome. We love you so much, and thank you for making 120 muffins for us, and thank Ann Peoples for making 140 or however many y'all made. There was a lot of muffins, and everybody kept saying these. It's not like they were like good muffins too. So thank you, and thank you for just bringing them, setting them up, and I shouldn't have to worry about that. So thank you so much for being a part of it, and you're always so good just to do anything that we need, Rachel, and I just love and appreciate you for that. And I'm proud you're a cheetah adorable as well. Okay. All right. Let's see. We got some people getting a bad echo when two people are unmuted. Well, I don't really know how to fix that, so we'll just kind of have to see how that works. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get Marina next. Let me make sure I'm going to mute all real quick. Okay. And then Marina.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can.
All right, I'm gonna make this quick because I can't breathe as long. But one of the things that I got from the whole experience, I love the red hot tips, by the way. It just gave me a chance to kind of pick out what was important for me in my business. A lot of my focus has been on feeling more powerful just in my abilities, or being able to visualize myself being successful. So with Lorie's red hot tip, she was saying pray about your business and that God can win a Cadillac through anyone. And I felt like that was kind of like the theme for me throughout the whole thing, was be able to see myself in that place as it already being done. And I think even Mary Sharon in our consultant class was talking about visualization and affirmations and stuff like that, and seeing the goal is already won. So yeah, that was my big takeaway.
Okay, thank you, girl. Thank you so much. And you know what? I love that, because that was a great red hot tip. And it's funny because Laurie said, you're going to get a lot of tips. You're not going to be able to do them all. Just write down a couple. But this one you got to do. And that's pray about your business every day. And do it. I pray for it at night. I pray for it at lunch. I pray for it at dinner. I pray for it in the mornings. So I think it's important to let Mary Kay let God be her partner when she started this business. And so that's one of the things that I really feel like, if you will let him do his work and you do your part, you're gonna reach your goals in this business and more. So thank you for that reminder, Marina. That's beautiful. Okay, next is gonna be, I'll put Deborah Barrett on here too. Let's see, Pam Wagner. Let me find your little cute little number where you are right there. Okay, Pam.
Hey, Cleta. I sure enjoyed this weekend, but I wanted just to share something from Linda Rousey's teaching. She said the true measure of a woman is the size of the obstacle to stop her. And as she was talking, my eye caught Kathy Menschner was sitting on the front row, and she used to be my director when I lived in Florida over 19 years ago. And I was remembering being in her unit and all that I had been going through, even while in her unit, some of the obstacles. And as Linda Rousey was teaching, she was being so transparent about life and some obstacles that were not in her life. And I mean, I had these tears like falling from my face, because while in Kathy Michener's unit, I was married to an abusive husband. My husband's brother sexually assaulted my youngest son, and I went through such a deep sorrow during that point. And then, of course, a divorce that caused from all of that. And it was Kathy and the unit members, the sisterhood, that kept pushing me past all of that and being by my side and saying, I believe in you. You can set goals and you can reach your goals. And they knew back then I wanted to be a director. And they're like, keep going forward. You can't let this kind of obstacle keep you from moving forward in Mary Kay. And she knew that I was going to move to Georgia, she said, I want you to find Cleta Colson and you get in her unit. And I believe that's a God thing because she knew that, we all obstacles that keep coming in our life, but she already knew that you and your unit members, we encourage each other and we minister to each other. And just being here in Georgia, I've had to take care of, parents that are sick on hospice. I've gone through more surgeries. I was just in this recent bad car accident that I've had, major neck surgery from. But it's the women in the sisterhood, whether they're the directors or the sister consultants, or being at a Jumpstart like this and hearing directors being transparent about their lives, or our national pushing us to reach our goals and desires. And on the way home, I started laughing out loud while I'm driving an hour home because the Lord was saying, you cannot let obstacles, life issues, or major business disappointments or little disappointments allow you to have a victim mentality and quit. And the greatest victories and joys are going to be the women in Mary Kay that are going to push you past these obstacles while you're working towards your dream and setting your goals and reaching them. And before I left last night, I saw Linda, and I thanked her for being so transparent. And, she was sharing some things with me and just telling me, keep going forward, and this is how you're going to reach your goals and stuff. So I just felt like it doesn't matter what happens, but the tiniest obstacles or the biggest obstacles, like going through something that I went through in Florida, like my son being sexually assaulted from an uncle, that would knock you off your block. We as women just let little things keep us moving forward. And I believe someone's on this call that's saying, I don't care what obstacles comes in your life, you better stick with Mary Kay and the sisterhood and being mentored and directed by these women, because that's what's going to catapult you to your dreams and to your goals. And that's all I got to say.
That was a lot. Pam, I'm so proud of you. I mean, because honestly, normally when you stack up your obstacles against someone else's, you've overcome a lot. And I know a lot of this stuff. And I'm so proud of you that you have kept on. And what a sweetheart Kathy is to tell you to find me. She's such a good woman. And I'm honored. I remember the day that you called me and I was in the car at some restaurant and we signed you up, and I was sitting in the car, sent you the link. And so you've been a blessing to our unit, and you're just such an example. So I know that you're going to do this, and it's going to be such an example for your children as well, So I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, let's see who is next on my little list is I'm going to get Sandra Griffin. Let's see. All right, I don't see her right this second. So Deborah Barrett. I am going, and listen, if you're on the call and you are at Jumpstart and you have not, just text me, not box me, text me and say I'm on the call. So Deborah, you're on.
Hey guys, hey girls, can you hear me?
We can.
Okay, is it echoing?
Not on my end.
Okay, good. Anyway, ladies, I know about procrastination, and to me, do we really realize how big Mary Kay is? And every woman goes through something in their life. I mean, where it's marriage, children, loss of jobs, life happens. So Mary Kay is in me. I'm telling you, we realize. If we can only realize it's God, first family, and business, that's our heart. And we can come together. I don't go to work where I work. It's physical therapy, but you can't express what you feel like we do in Mary Kay. Do we really realize how big Mary Kay is? And it is real. And it is, I can beat myself up every day wishing I had done things differently 15 years ago. But yeah, we get stuck in our head And just this weekend, it's like Mary Kay needs us. We have to step up. How many nationals are being, are retiring? And this, it's like we've heard it 1,000 jillion times that all we have to do is do what the directors tell us to do. But we live in this fear. And if we would, I'm talking to myself as well. I mean, you go to the meetings, they tell us what to do, just speak out, because there's so many women out there that need this flexibility, that need the money, that need the girlfriends. I went to a meeting last week and the girl was sharing stuff that, I just met her for the first time. And she's telling me stuff I just went through. So we can pray together. It's a God-based business. And then I heard, listen to this. I shared with my Bible study tonight at 5 o'clock. Mary Kay has talking to 25,000 directors in China, about and God. And who does that? And so it's like, do you realize how big Mary Kay is? And how we really can reach lives just by squirting, reading a chart and smiling. And it's just like, we have families, we go through life and things happen. And I was talking to my girlfriend that darn it, I'm going to recruit this girl. But she's like, where am I going to fit it in? I'm like, you're not even married. You're not even dating anybody. You go to a job. I don't care if you sell one lipstick a month. So she's like, I don't know if I can do 10 parties a week. And I'm like, just come to the meeting. Start simple, And so anyway, and I know most of it, I guarantee you, it's a spiritual walk. It is the devil trying to defeat us and doing good for Christ. That's all it is, the fear. Because he doesn't want us to spread the love. He doesn't want us to mentor these women at meetings or in their home to pray with them about Jesus Christ. That's what I see. And it's like, I can talk all day about, I met these women up there at work today because I knew at 3 o'clock, those nurses, that was their shift to get off. And I got, none of them, all of them had to leave. Nobody did what they said they could do. But I sat my tail right there at that table, and I just started calling people and booking. I'm like, you know what? So what? My mother abandoned me and my 4 siblings when I was 4 years old. And just this weekend, I realized that I don't take rejection very well from abandonment issues. And so, you know what? Get past me, because you know what? Time is flying by. And I am just like, oh my gosh, Lord, I repent. And you know what? I'm going to be obedient, because I have been disobedient. And when we're disobedient, we're miserable, because God can't bless. And he sure as heck can't bless the past. So we have to move forward every day. That's what I got from it.
Well, girl, that's quite a bit. I love you, girl. Thank you for sharing that. And you know what? You get fired up. You get fired up when it moves you. And I always say,
do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. And you would sit there, and then all of a sudden you get that extra amount of determination that you're going to do it. You're not going to let anything in the past, fear, rejection, and things like that get in your way.
Yeah, and what are we in for it for? We need to make money.
Yep.
I need to survive. I need to make money. My life will change. There's so much more.
Yep, that's right. I love you, Deborah Barrett. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Lita, you did a fantastic job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, girl. Listen, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. Okay, I'm going to find Miss Misha on here. So hang on a minute. There's a private chat if I don't have your phone number. I know Sharon is on here, but I don't know your phone number. So I'll have to look it up in a minute. Or Loree or somebody text me her phone number so that I can
texted it to you.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm going to get Misha first. Let's see, 3964. Those of you that are calling in, it's like if you're not, oh, there you are, Misha. All right, Miss Misha.
Hey.
Hey, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. I think the biggest thing I got out of it was basically a new mindset and a new attitude. Because a lot of the words of Dawn and a few others convicted me about stuff that, that I either haven't been doing and knew I should be doing, or just things that I have been praying about that I was like, okay, well, what are my options for this obstacle? And they kind of gave me solutions. So it was worth way more than I paid for to be there, and definitely worth the drive.
Well, I'm so glad you were there, and I love seeing you right there on the front row, front and center too, girl. Because you always have a smile on your face, and you're so encouraging. And it's just Loree and I, we share you as an adoptee. We love you so much, you and Marina both, and you guys are just loyal beauty consultants, and you are adorable to us. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, I found Sharon. So Sharon, I am going to unmute you, and you should be good to go.
Hi guys.
Hey.
I had the best weekend. It was just phenomenal, and I got lots of stuff. It was kind of hard to get there. I had a few things that just kind of obstacles that could have prevented me from going, but I did, and I'm so glad because I was so blessed. And some things that I learned, or that really, things that just really stuck out to me was, one thing was to embrace who you are and to learn from that, and to also be purposeful with the things that you do, and to make a not to do list. One of those, I'm not sure who it was, but she was saying, make a list of what not to do. And if you think you're trying your best and your best doesn't seem good enough, then you need to ask God what you could do, what you need to be good. What could you do different to make yourself better? And to just be in the Word, and to always do it His way. And I think sometimes I just, like Dawn was saying, we give it to God, but then we take it back. And we really do have to do it His way. He has a way, and His way is always best. And it's just to just think about it and just meditate on it, and just the affirmations. That's one thing that I know that I really need to work on. And that's just what I got. I mean, it was a great time. There were great speakers, and I just enjoyed it.
Well, I'm so glad you came, Sharon. And, you're an integral part of Loree's unit. And, when you're as a sales director, like your greatest joy, I can't explain it to you. And it's kind of probably like a mom, like you don't understand how you feel about your baby until you have one. And so as a director, your greatest joy is having your own personal team members and your own personal unit and your adorables there, and seeing them get something out of this. Because, we just got back from San Diego, and it was all about for the directors, and filling us up. And we just want y'all to feel like we do when we come home from that. Now, the great thing about this weekend is we got filled up again, like a bonus. 2 weekends, we had San Diego, and then a weekend, and then we had this. So if we're not filled up now, the directors, we really had an empty cup, is all I got to say. So now we have to put to use what we learned. So thank you for coming and just representing Loree and her unit at that time. I'm going to look on my phone and just make sure there's no one that I accidentally left out. Okay. Hopefully there are. So I'm just going to wrap this up. There's some other people that came that are not on the call tonight that were very inspired. We got a brand new team member on Friday night, Veronica Brown, that signed up with Sandra Griffin, Sandra Griffin. She's supposed to be back on here. Let me check and see if she got on. She said she's back on. Sandra, I think this is you. Hang on, Sandra. Okay, girl, I think I got you. Okay, Sandra, you want to share a minute before I wrap up? I'm just seeing piece of notebook paper instead of your
Oh
face.
yeah, I'm here.
There you go. Okay.
I don't know what happened. It took me forever to get back in, but
it's okay.
But it was ditto to everyone else said. But it was very good, and just hats off to all of the directors and of course to you, Kalita, for just being such a great leader. It's so much that I got out of it, and that was one particular thing that I wanted to talk about. Let me see. Let me find it. I can't remember who said it, but they was just saying words that sell, and it was in one of our classes, and they said, it's when we're talking to people and doing classes, we have to use words that sell, and she was saying, a lot of people talk about price and things like that, and she said you can buy cheaper or inexpensive, but you can't get a better value with our product. And she said, you always use you and your. You tell them about the guarantee, and tell them how quick it is and the quick steps, and always give them all the benefits of the product, and remember their names. Like not if you don't remember the name, but make sure you look at their name tags and look at them, and so they so they feel like you're being more personal with them, and tell them about the immediate gratification, and how supple it makes your skin feels, and that kind of help with with you, because you when you're talking, you always want to think you're saying positive things, and then one of the ladies said also never say dollars, say it's 110, it's 25 or whatever, but never use dollars. And Margaret Gormley said use your flip chart. So that's what they bought it for. She said it's in your flip chart. There are 7 places that you should have stickers, that the things that you should really reiterate in the flip chart. And she's always used the 4-point recruiting plan, and then you have your little sticker about that, but just always remember the high points. And the main thing really, and the other thing that I thought was just for all of us, is just lead by example. Don't just talk, walk the walk.
That's a good one to end on, girl. Because really, because all of us that are going for the cruise, one of the things we do have to do is lead our team. And because once you recruit these women, let me just tell you, when you recruit them, they're going to do what you did. So when I signed up to sell Mary Kay, what I did was what my recruiter did, and that was hold parties. I mean, I went and had a facial, and then she booked a party with me, and then she recruited me. So consequently, when I signed up to sell Mary Kay, I booked parties, because that's what I thought I was signing up to do, is to book a party, not to just sell on Facebook, not just to text people and try to get an order. I'm not an order taker. I'm a party holder. And I knew that's what I was going to do. So it wasn't a surprise to me when my director said, book 8 parties and hold 5. And Dawn talked about this, and I thought it was so true, is that she said, you hold 5, at the beginning when I joined Mary Kay, like for us, it was book 8 and hold 5 in your first week or 2. But before that, Mary Kay Ash at the beginning, she said book 8 and hold 5 in your first week. And then I guess somebody somewhere thought that's too hard, so we'll book 8 and hold 5 in your first 2 weeks. And then later they just said do 15 faces. And 15 faces is not the same in 2 weeks, okay? And so then later they said a party is 3 people. Instead of, like Mary Kay said, it was 6 people. And so what is happening, Mary Kay's standards have gotten watered down because of people thinking that it's too much for people and people are going to get overwhelmed. But Mary Kay wanted people to make money. And so what she wanted women to do is do 5 parties in a week. And 5 parties, she wanted 6 people at every party. Our kits came with 6 trays. And so 6 times 5 is 30 people. And so she wanted us to do 30 people a week. And that is 120 people a month. And that is how these women, these legacy leaders, built a big business. It's because they were seeing 120 people a month because they were holding 5 parties and they were booking from those parties. And I think what has happened through the years is that we watered it down because we don't want to scare people away. And then they get in and they do one party with 3 people. And then in 2 weeks, they do another party with 3 people. And then after a month, they've done 6 people. And then they go, you really can't make money in Mary Kay. Only made $100. And really, they only, did 2 parties or something. And so I want us to think, that really hit me when I thought about it. And I thought that's true because I've been in long enough to see it happen to where they don't say what Mary Kay used to say. Mary Kay said you could make as much money as a teacher or a nurse by holding 3 to 5 parties a week, every week, 3 to 5 parties a week. And so she was saying that if you did, 3 parties, that's 3 times 6, that's 18 to 30 people a week, then you can make as much as a nurse or a school teacher. Because that's a full-time job, right? If you're a teacher, it's a full-time job. If you're a nurse, it's a full-time job. Doing 3 to 5 parties a week. And, for her, it was 5 or 10 because Mary Kay used to do them in the morning. She worked every day, not 1 or 2 days a week. So she did a party every morning, and then she did a party every afternoon. And then sometimes she said she would do 3. She would get her kids home because she was a single mom. So she'd have to get her kids situated, and then she'd do a party at night. So sometimes she did 3 a day, 2 or 3 a day. It was not uncommon, and she did not feel like that's just what she did, And so I think we do so little and expect so much. So I have decided that I am going to be like Mary Kay Ash, and I have got my parties booked. I shared this at the meeting that I booked a lot of these. I did a bridal show, and I've got bookings. I'm going to Atlanta, and I keep forgetting I'm going. I hope I don't forget. I'm supposed to be in Atlanta, not tonight for Super Bowl. Thank the good Lord, right? But Tuesday night to teach at the Southern Distribution Center on how to get into Destination Red. So I couldn't do my parties until starting on Friday is when I have openings. And so I'm actually starting on Friday, and I got 2 on Friday. I got 3 on Saturday, and then 1 on Sunday afternoon, and then I've got like 1, and then 1, and then 2, and then 1 and 1. So it's like, I thought, you know what? I got me 12 parties booked in about 11 days, and then I've got a lot of people to call back. And let me tell you what I'm thinking about doing is I have a whole week on my date book, this right here, and Brad and I won on a Star Consultant gift. There was a 7-day vacation that you could win. Y'all remember that was on the Star Consultant prize thing? And so we booked this cabin up in North Carolina for a week. And I'm thinking, what was I thinking? I'm like, I do not have time to go on isn't this funny? Like, I do not have time to go on a 7-day vacation. It is already, the lodging is already paid for. But I'm just thinking, I have got some people to book. So I told him, I said, I just don't believe I can do that. I said, I might go up there one night and or 2 and come home. I've got things to do and $1 million unit to build. And so I guess that's when you really love your business, is when you would throw away a vacation for 7 days up in the mountains. But I think that's what I'm going to have to do, because my goal is to get my 6 team members this month and to help 3 of my personals become red jackets. And I've already done half of the wholesale and finish the cruise. So that's what I'm going to do. And I know that's what you're thinking too. So why not? There's already been 6 or 7 that have already finished the cruise. So there's still room for those top junior suites, which would be so amazing. And then I will take a vacation with all of y'all. So I think I'm going to ditch the mountain vacation and go on the cruise. That is what my plan is, right? So anyway, we just wanted to share with you guys tonight a little bit about our Jumpstart. It was a phenomenal weekend, and part of the best part about it was just being together with like-minded people. And when you can't not get on fire when you're with that many excited women that are on fire about their business and when you see the change. So thank you guys for calling in tonight. We're going to go ahead and just leave it right here. And next week, we will be talking about a lot of awesome things. I will just throw out that you probably already heard, but of the people that get new recruits that finish their Great Start this month, that would be anyone that signed up in November. Well, let's see, October, November, January, or February that have not done their 600. If they finish their 600 this month, instead of getting a $50 bonus, you're going to get a $100 bonus. So they did extend that so you can make more money. So let's say you got 6 new team members personally, and they all did their 600s. Then that's a $600 bonus plus 13% commission on those $600. So 13% commission is, in case you wanted to know, on 3,600 is $468. So you're going to get $468 plus a $600 bonus. So that's $1,068 if they only do a 600. If no one does a 12, 1,800, 36, if just a 6. So, and let's say you go out and sell some products this month and finish your 3,600, you will probably, have an income of however much you sell this month, divided by 2. So let's say you sold $4,000 and then, so you made $2,000 in profit, and then you've got that extra almost $1,200 coming into you. It's not a bad paycheck for your part-time job, right? And those of you that are full-time, you could do way more than that. And that's minimum for getting 6 qualified. So I'm so proud of you guys. We're going to do it. I just feel like, we got some surge coming up, and a lot of y'all got recruits last month. Congratulations for all the boss babes. Those of you that are not in the Cheetah area that are on here tonight. And I've heard about all the recruits that are coming in, and I can't wait to see the first person on our boss babe call that wins the cruise. I cannot wait. Whoever that is, I know the directors will tell me. Hey, I'm just going to sit here and say the race is on. Who's going to be number 1, right? So let's see who can win the cruise first on the Boss Babe group. And may the best girl win, because we're going to be running like a cheetah with our hair on fire, right? Right. Okay, let me see if there's anything else anybody else wants to say. Okay. Yes, Marina, I agree. Susan Johnson said we need to get back to Mary Kay's legacy, and that is so true. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to stop the recording.